This movie is a very just present and in the now type of film. And I was just wondering, just in a general sense, how do both of you, I guess it depends with each project, how do both of you stay in the moment of a certain scene, especially with a film like this, Jim, you're talking about, it has an indie aesthetic, but also on a grand scale. How do you guys stay in the moment with all that's happening?
Well, I think a lot of that, concentration. Like for me, I love acting, but I would say that the most difficult thing is, there's this time in between scenes, and there's distractions, and sometimes they do coverage of someone else, and then you go to lunch and you got to come back and do your coverage. So concentration is such a huge element, but some of it is the community of the crew and the director. Now, what was so interesting about this movie is the entire crew was Quebecois. So it was fascinating, and also they were great people, obviously, but there was a sense of community. I had worked with people here and there maybe, but there was a family, and I think it's because of just the fact that Quebec has such a rich tradition of film production and independent French language films, that they're pros at this. So and there was a familiarity, so the crew knew each other, so it felt like a contained group. Because sometimes you get on a film set and they don't know about the prop person, or they don't know about, but here it was all, and Danielle Roby has a fantastic reputation. So it was all cream of the crop of a Quebecois a crew that had experience. So that's where it wasn't like an indie. It was really an experienced crew that happened to be obviously they went to Thailand. We shot in British Columbia in the when it wasn't raining. It was like it was a huge budget movie done on an indie scale.
Yeah, and for you, Antoine, just staying in the moment with your character, because he goes through so much in this film. What was the key for you to just lock in?
I think for me it starts all the way at the beginning when I know that I'm going to be that character for, let's say, 30 days of shooting. For me, since day one, I like to completely go into character, but that doesn't mean to be my character when I go to lunch or whatever, whatsoever. It's just, I feel like for me, I have this space to for me, it's all about having fun as well. So, and like Jim said, the crew was so nice, and I've worked with a lot of different crews in Quebec, and this crew was really one of my favorite. And the fact that everyone, there's no tension, there's no there's a lot of respect on set, and for me, that just, it becomes more easy for me to just dive right into the character again. So for me, it's all a question of energy on the set and vibe, which was really, really cool on that one.
Cool. My final question, Jim, can you just quickly, first of all, thank you for Asian American, being an Asian American myself, Jim. Thank you so much for that. And I'm just thinking about what you do as an artist is, with the Pale Tours coming up, is that one of the reasons why you love doing what you're doing, is as far as just traveling, and most importantly, just exploring other cultures through what you do and connecting on that level?
Yeah, I was telling Antoine before that because one of the chapters of Pale Tourist is Canadian American, and obviously I worked on this film, but I spent, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in Quebec around this Quebecois crew, and I was educated. So obviously I've been going to Canada forever, but I was educated on a different point. It's like I stayed with a family, you know what I mean? So doing these having these experiences, whether it's international shows and stand up or working on this movie, I mean, I love it. That's what, it's hard to describe because it's not just the experience of acting or embodying another character. I get to go and be someone else in a different city, in a different country. It's amazing. Something that you can't do in this age of COVID.